This will be part two to LeBron James talking about double standards in sports. He's talking about the main topic is, sports athletes' privacy and being able to go out without being bombarded with a lot of, fans wanting autographs and things of that nature. Let's see what Rob Parker got to say.
Why don't I get labeled because I don't sign an autograph?
But why are you going to Twitter and worried about what someone would say? You just decided, if you felt like you didn't do anything wrong, why would you care what's on Twitter?
Like I said about Odell Beckham, like if you decided not to get him an autograph, don't worry about the the backlash from it. Just move on. I mean, it's going to be days to where you're going to want to sign autographs. It's going to be days to where you're not going to want to sign autographs. In that case, if you're going to be worried about it, or it's going to bother you like that, just sign every autograph that people ask you for.
But this is that.
That's the new
Ultra. That's what I'm talking about. Ultra sensitive about what people think about you. I remember something Michael Jordan said, and I'm not saying he was perfect and signed every autograph, but he said, when I'm not in that mood, I just don't go out. Because nobody's, and you know this, Shannon, nobody wants to be the day that they run into Michael Jordan and he's in a bad mood. Nobody's going to go like, oh, I understand it. He's just having a bad day and it was just my bad luck.
That's a great point, Rob. See, fans, when they see you, they're going to want an autograph. They're going to ask, some of them may not ask for an autograph, but for the most point, fans are going to ask for autographs, man. It's just what it is. It's just nature. It's just their, a lot of fans hold, these athletes up. I understand kids, wanting the autographs, maybe some teenagers and teenagers, but when you're a grown adult, if a man is out, eating with his family, or he's busy, or you see that he's busy and he's not, able to sign an autograph, you shouldn't bombard him with autographs. But young kids and young teenagers, they don't really care about that. They just want an autograph. So, like I said, man, the high esteem that these athletes have, this kind of thing comes with it.
So he would rather not go out and not put himself in there.
You see what we ask our athletes to do? Alter what you do during the course of the day.
It comes with the job.
Rob Parker is right, Shannon. It comes with the job. See, Shannon, you all in your feelings because it's dealing with LeBron James. Well, maybe you feel this way anyway, but you really feel in your feelings because it's about LeBron James. And look, you hold LeBron James up to this high platform. I don't hold any human to a high platform.
It does.
So if somebody comes up to you every day and says, hey, Rob, I need you to proofread this and get it back to me. It comes with a job.
No. That's not what
you're a reporter.
All I'm saying is, Shannon, you know this too.
I get it.
But when you're out, I'm not saying you have to stop your meal and interact with everybody who stops you.
That's what he was saying.
Pulling over. No, I'm not. I'm not saying that.
No, I think,
but to have athletes sit around, like if I'm a fan watching, they're complaining about signing autographs. Like seriously.
Yeah, see, that's the sentiment that's gonna go out. It's gonna look like you're sitting around complaining about autographs. Now, look, I understand what y'all think about closed doors, and when you're talking to your family, your friends, and you saying, man, I hate signing all these autographs. I'm trying to be out with my family and things of that nature. But when you're on TV and it looks like you're complaining about something that's just so insignificant to your quote unquote supporters or your fans.
Yeah. That's the show? So what's show number 2?
No.
That you hate when people boo? Is that show 2? Oh, it's terrible that they boo us.
I'm sorry. That's all you got out of that show was that they were complaining about signing autographs. Because I think I can attest.
But Shannon, for the most part, that's what they were speaking on for the most part. The double and the double standard thing. But that was one of the topics, the top topics though, Shannon.
I can speak for Skip on this. I think we got a little bit more out of it than they're just complaining about the signing of autographs and taking pictures.
That was a small point.
Go ahead. Small point. My thing is that for me, is that what's being expected of why is there a double standard? Because blacks are supposed to be grateful for anything they have.
I'm with you 100%. I'm not.
But Shannon, you getting all tied up in pretzels. Oh look, like I said before, This is not our society. This is not our culture. So when you're under and you're entrenched in another culture and you decide to stay in that culture and things don't look as even as you think they are supposed to be even, either you have to I'm not saying you have to capitulate to everything, but either you have to deal with the small things like double standards, or you have to start your own culture, or you have to go and go back to your culture, figure out where you're from and maybe live in your culture and see how you like that.
I'm not arguing that at all.
Right.
I, as a writer, when I became a columnist,
Yeah.
all right, there were 10 black sports columnists for 1,600 daily newspapers in the United States. When they hired me at the Detroit Free Press, I was the first black sports columnist. The paper was 161 years old. So I get it. And do you think I was held under different...
And that's a great example that Rob is just talking about. He was the first black in 160 years. So what did that tell you? That tells you this is not our culture. And either you have to deal with it on some level or you have to start your own society. I mean, really, that's what it comes down to. I mean, look, us as black people, period, we should, stop. It's time out for stop talking about things and complaining about things and having circular conversations that keep going in circles and circles and circles and circles. And we need to start talking about solutions. You need to start having solutions. Now, if LeBron James then would have said, well, I don't like signing autographs as much as I do, but I understand that the fans want autographs, and they have to understand that when I'm out with my family, or I'm busy and I can't sign your autograph, they have to understand that on a certain level, and leave it at that. But don't say, well, I hate signing autographs and all this stuff, man, because it doesn't look right.
Standards and what I was supposed to do, and if I sent in typos or made mistakes, it would be doubly if another guy did, a white guy who just had a bad day. He would have a bad day. I'm not qualified. So I get that. I get that.
All he's doing, he's speaking to the double standard, and he's saying, and there's a racial element to this. You know it because you just mentioned it.
Well, Shannon, we know it's a racial element to it, but it's a circular conversation, man. It's like it goes round and round and round and round. And we need to just stop going round and round and round and round, man. And just start coming up with solutions. You have to start coming up with solutions. Look, to sit around and look, to talk about things, it's okay to talk about things. But a person that can't talk, and a person cannot have a voice to be able to speak, and he can still come up with solutions. I would rather have that guy lead the so-called charge than a guy that's just gonna sit around and just talk about circular conversations that are gonna keep on going around and around. Like I said, solutions is the key, not just keep talking. And we've been talking for years. We've been talking since the 60s, since the 50s, and all that shit. It's time out for talking. Let's just start having solutions to these problems.
The white guy had those same typos. He would not be as harsh.
He had a bad day.
As you were. But the ungratefulness, because we see that with the...
Well, you could look at it this way, too. We need to stop trying to being worried about being held to a double standard. Okay, if you have to be better, then if they look at you as having to be better than them, okay, then you can look at it like this. Well, if I have to be 2 times better than you, that makes me better than you. Stop trying to be on their level or so-called level, and have a level for yourself instead of trying to fit in. You know what I mean? So
you're making millions. Why you got a deal? You're making millions. What is it to sign an autograph or take a picture? We're supposed to be grateful because really, you're not supposed to be in that situation. Because that's what I mean, to make a long story short. You're really not supposed to be in that situation. So you should be grateful that you're in the situation. No. I'm allowed to have a bad day. Contrary to what you think, because I play a sport, that doesn't mean I'm not human. I have moments. Everybody has moments. So allow me to have a few special moments. the guy can barely go out. How often do you think LeBron takes it? He don't take his family out like a normal person. He doesn't have that luxury. He can't go to. You know what? I'm going to iPick. I'm going to the movie theater.
But if he wants to promote something or Blaze Pizza, it's okay for him to tweet out and tell everybody to show up.
Great point. Great point. See, it's okay for you want the fans to jump when you want them to jump. You want them to come support your Blaze Pizza, but when they see you out, they can't get an autograph. You see what I mean? Look, like I said, these athletes have to understand, yes, y'all are human. Yes, you deserve to have plenty of bad days if you want them. But you have to understand, like, this comes with the territory. This is all part of being a professional athlete. This is all part of being a so-called celebrity. So this is all about, and some celebrities understand that, some athletes understand that, and some don't. Some don't, want to deal with it. If you don't want to deal with it, retire. Don't be an athlete.
So when you want people to react to you and move, it's okay. But if I just happen to be out and I just happen to see you, you're my favorite player, it's a crime for me to really think that I shouldn't ask you.
So
I'm not saying that you can't say, okay. You can't have it both ways.
Hey, look, Rob really has some great points in this segment. As usual, Shannon Sharp can get a little emotional, little sensitive when it comes to LeBron James, because he holds LeBron James up on a higher pedestal. Like I said, no human being should be held on a high pedestal anyway, because we all are flawed by nature, and we all can do some things that can bring us off that pedestal. So, like I said, LeBron James and along with other athletes, you just got to understand that this is part for the course. And subscribe to the channel, man. Let me know what y'all think. I'm out.